I mean. She like rubs the back of her neck awkwardly. I meant this, and she like wags a finger between you and her.
So sort of like I don't know, give a wee minute and then just kind of. I don't know if she would go bright red, but
She's great. She'd go bright.
whatever the tiefling equivalent would be. And she's
you got some hellfire in your blood. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Whatever the tiefling equivalent of just going bright red would be.
Your tail wags.
Oh my fucking god! It has to be that, right?
Yeah, pretty accurate. Yeah, it's like a natural muscle reflex.
You just reach behind you and
my
grab
God.
the tail.
I laughed so hard I felt my lungs go there. Jesus. You know,
As soon as you begin getting the whatever the biological signs of embarrassment are for a tiefling, she doesn't get like a wicked smirk on her face, but like a knowing smirk on her face. Yeah.
I sure, yes, yes, okay.
She gets like a roll me your insight. Roll me your insight, Ranger.
Huh?
Roll me your insight.
You have a good wisdom.
Dabu dee dabu die.
So anyways, 12.
Yeah, so anyway.
She gets a good of something to her eyes. I'm just trying to get some confirmation that we're good. Or do you want me to stop?
No, not that you know, it
Is this curse or
Fuck
Sinistha?
off, Fred.
Just some
Yes,
playful
yes,
banter.
yes, totally, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Because she takes a step closer. Know that I'm a bit of a handful at times. My family always said that. And not gonna lie, I went dark that last fight.
What, like?
Like I blacked out. Went unconscious. So, I just wanted to check in and make sure that I'm not being too much of a handful for you. As she says that, she takes you by the hand. You know.
You're not. No, I enjoy your company. You are good. Yes. You know, you're very bright presence. It's hard to put in words, you know, but you know what.
She's slowly lifting your hands up closer, higher and higher and higher. Right.
Just imagine her like holding up in the air now.
No, she's more of a
Just
bring them
starts
around
flying
to like your neck or your face area. Okay. So you don't mind any of this?
No, I think invite such, you know.
I know my dad's old-fashioned, but he always taught me to do this for whatever reason. And she like takes your hands and like gives them like a kiss. You know, like a noble person would.
Yeah.
She does linger on it for a bit too long. Or maybe exactly too long.
I've heard of this as well. It's very strange, but I'm not against such fiction, I guess.
There's like a growing smile as this conversation goes more and more and more. And then she finally just says, you know, you're really cute when you're embarrassed.
So constant.
Yeah, we'll just...
Part of the charm, I guess, huh?
Yeah, she'll just start stuttering, and I've been like, oh, well, yeah, okay.
So,
Not that embarrassed. I don't stutter that
she
much.
reaches around you and grabs the alchemy jug. I don't know about chocolates, but we have some wine.
I think we should put wine to good use, yes? We got, like, what, 8 hours before we go out getting things again? As well.
8 hours before the end of the world, potentially.
Yeah.
I can think of some fun things to do during that time.
I think so.
You see Maxine walk past, like, behind Amber, so only in your, like, line of sight. And she initially waves, like, a little, like finger twiddling, like hello, sort of thing, and then she realizes the moment that's
Reads
happening,
the room.
and just gets a Cheshire cat smirk on her face, and then she just points off at one of the tents, and does like a 2-finger flick, so like later, and walks off with a basket full of carrots.
no.
Yeah,
Quote unquote carrots.
Yeah.
Quote unquote carrots.
Carrots
I
to
guess
Maxine.
not a
to
dick
And then
carrots.
as like, you realize it's quote unquote carrots, Amber just goes, "Are you okay?" She turns around and doesn't see Maxine there. You look like you just saw like a ghost or something.
You know, Vlad, I think there's an empty tent over here. Should we maybe go get somewhere a bit more private and away from
Are you okay?
Come with me. Come. Let's go.
Damn.
Away
how's
from
that
this
work?
strange place and meat fruit. I am done with such.
That's the plan. And then you two go off.
Mhm.
Whether you get laid or not is up to you.
Hey.
If you do get laid, mark down inspiration.
Well, in that case, let's go for the inspiration.
We don't care about relationships, we
Maxine.
just want the inspiration.
Just kidding, you don't get laid. Amber doesn't lose, including virginity. I never lose.
Look at Crash being his own fucking wingman.
Oh my god.
Welcome to the universe, baby. So I guess it's gonna be a while since until Anushka comes back. I am so
They're
happy
occupied.
that went the way it did, and that you maybe having a meltdown over there.
Yeah. You can tell I'm not used to the romantic parts of D&D.
Oh no, don't worry.
Really?
Neither am I. I don't have an idea of what deep and thorough romance would be like. So I just steal from video games and books and stuff. That's good enough.
Let's
Yeah,
be
yeah,
honest,
yeah.
it's mostly the
Stereotypical
anime.
stuff.
It's mostly the romantic.
Mostly
Mostly
the
Dragon
anime.
Age, right? That's got
Yeah,
that
we all
stuff
play
in it.
Dragon.
Yeah, Mass Effect.
It's all about Liliana. Everyone else is wrong.
Wrong.
So, let's switch gears, shall we? Oriana, I believe you had to go, or you wanted to go talk to a certain knight.
Sorry, I'm just thinking about the juxtaposition of scenes going on here for a second. Anyways.
I know. That's okay.
Anyways.
Congrats on getting laid, and now you officially have a girlfriend.
Hey!
Oh, don't say anything about all that.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, you're right.
Mhm,
You're right. No commitment here.
It's like after the first time, I was like, actually, I don't think this is gonna work out. But we are gonna travel together and fight.
Yeah, the
some
tail
guys.
gets in the way.
The tail gets
Make sure you stir.
I love that this like situation has exacerbated from me just picking randomly one of you guys for Amber to tease and taunt
to a shipping
until
war.
everyone started shipping it, and then I'm like, all right, well here we are.
Yeah. I mean, we just got to get Deetons all together now, and then we're all good to go.
Oh, bing bang, boom, let's go.
Get the combo. Then everyone.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Hold on. No. Sas doesn't have anyone. Okay, so Oriana wouldn't be completely alone. Although Redain could probably get it. But anyways.
He probably could. Yeah.
Nah.
Anyways, so you go over this. Rewind back about 20-30 minutes. You go over to this lady dressed in her entire kit right now. So she's busted up the entire
and everything?
fancy armor. Everything.
Alright.
And she's in the midst of sharpening her blade and then practicing some movements with it. Maneuvers, some of them. Others are... You don't know how to describe it.
Do you want me to roll for
Sleight of
understanding?
hand. It's sleight of hand for someone that is trying to keep something hidden from the other side, but the item is a knife or a blade or something similar. You've never seen it from this side, aka someone that is not particularly caring if someone sees it or not. You've seen it on the other side though, with your boss, the one that's still alive.
Right.
And in that case, it looks basically like a magic trick, but on this side, it's like seeing like Penn and Teller. Right? Just because you see the other side doesn't make it any less outstanding to the fact because that it works. That it does look like the way it does, even once you know the inner mechanisms.
Right.
Does
You
it?
stop being impressed by the magic, you start being impressed by the skill.
Yes, exactly. That's a very good way of describing it.
Could she? This is an interesting one. Could she try to identify if her boss, because they're similar, does it seem like what this person is doing is like a lesser form of the boss? Her boss. Does it seem like she has just an advanced form of what this person is doing?
Roll insight.
Sure, I'll throw a die on that if I don't roll completely abysmal.
I don't think I'm gonna roll a die
That's
on
a
that one.
nat
I don't think I'm
one.
gonna do that.
You don't know. They seem very similar. To say which one is more advanced or not is just hard to tell because, again, this is the other
Yeah.
side of it, and you've seen the other side of it before. It's hard to tell where the connection happens from that side to this side, like where the skill lies. You just don't have exposure to it.
Yeah, I feel like it could be interpreted as just like a stylistic thing from her perspective. It's just like
Potentially,
it's just
yeah.
different.
It might be a stylistic thing in terms of flourish. It might be a stylistic thing in terms of different fighting, like martial styles. Like, you know for a fact the way elves fight is not the way the provinces teaches their military because they're just not elves. It's just not the same.
Different breed.
In real life, this is like comparing like martial arts for like countries where people are shorter.
Mhm.
So like Southeast Asian martial arts versus like fucking like British and army martial arts here in the States or in the UK or whatever, right? There's just a difference in what they're expecting from the performing person and balancing around that. It's like that. So it's hard to tell. Laughs in Krav Maga. Which is probably the style that you know. Something similar to
see
Krav
it.
Maga, probably.
Yeah.
So yeah, you go over to her and she's in the midst of like spinning her blade around gracefully. And she looks up at you very pointedly, just not pointedly as in like, what do you want? But like pointed like the movement is just very very
Right.
snappy.
I think Oriana, considering the similarities in fighting style, probably like naturally just stands at attention. It's like,
Be at ease.
right. Sorry,
She stands up and sheaves the blade. A pleasure to meet you.
pleasure is mine. I believe it was Astrid, correct?
Knight Astrid, yes.
Knight Astrid.
And by what may I call you?
I assume they were. She holds out her hand to like shake. It's like Oriana.
Miss Oriana. She takes your hand. It's a very, very firm grip.
Ow! Ow! Ow!
I understand. I understand we'll be doing battle, maybe alongside one another these coming days, but on the same side.
Same goals, yes.
Is there something the matter? I assume you have some reason for approaching me. I know the rest of the camp seems rather reticent to do so.
Well, as you put it, you're a knight.
I am.
So it's. I study like combat and war and everything like that. So knights are a rarity to say the least. And the fighting style of it is
Yes,
very...
we are a dead kind now. I'm well aware.
Apparently not so much.
Call me a remnant of a bygone age, then. You study the arts of war, then? Might I
Yes.
ask in what subject matters? What topics?
Garth might need help with this. Not so much grand scale wars, more interpersonal.
The
more
acts of
person-to-person.
fighting.
Correct.
There's
I am-
nothing wrong with a simple pursuit of such.
Right. I have a natural tenacity for it, so I decide to focus those efforts on refining it, let's say. I feel I'm being far too fancy with my speech.
You are mimicking me. Inadvertently.
I could see
Don't
that.
worry, you're not the only one to do so. I know many find my parlance to be outdated. And if I must admit, it has taken me a while to adapt to modern colloquialisms.
Garth is going to ask an out-of-game question.
Sure.
Would Oriana know the story of, like, Knight Astrid and all them?
Oh, 100%. It's one of the most reviled but also heroic stories. It's heroic because it's a setting.
Yeah.
The Tale of Fallen Knight, depends on who's telling it, is like the background setting piece for the holdout city, Vindacio's origins. So it's usually pretty well known. Maybe not in the legend in its thoroughness and but just for the common layman. But everyone knows of it because again, you need to know that one to know the context for Vindacio.
Right. It's almost like a history lesson tied in with like fiction, in a way.
Yeah. It's like knowing what the Persian War is about, or not the Persian War, but the Persia versus Greece to know 300. Right? We all know what's up with 300, which is a lie. There wasn't just 300. There was also 10,000 Athenians, but that's besides the point. But you know what the Persian War was about in vague capacity to know what's up with 300. It's like that.
Right. I think something's itching at the back of her head, but she nah. Just nah. Like, nah.
Is there something the matter? Something seems to be distracting your thoughts. This is Knight Astrid. She is a nobleman and can read people like a book.
She's reading my mind now.
It's also part of her fighting style, so...
You just... Yeah.
That's a good joke. Athenians won.
Do you know...
Yeah.
Do you know the history of Vindacio, by chance?
I do. I'm well aware of the tide of undead and darkness that the city had to overcome, to break. Why?
We did.
It's quite clear that she knows what you're trying to lead up to, but she just wants to get there. If you have something on your mind, say it. Say it true, say it blunt, say it however you so wish. I do not mind.
It just... It doesn't seem possible, but... Are you the Knight Astrid? Or some descendant that people weren't knowledgeable of, or...
The Knights of the Sanctum had no descendants. They were sworn to chastity during their service.
I should have very much known that.
She takes a couple paces out and away, and you can see her, like, stretch her hands, and you hear, like, some knuckles crack, like... I know if I were to say it, the thought, the doubts will linger in your mind, so she turns and flourishes, her cloak flows. How about I show you? I have centuries of tutelage. And she holds out a hand, like, sort of like Ip Man style, like martial arts. So shall I?
There is just the spark of fucking joy in her eyes, and a little bit on her face. Yeah, no, she totally, like, grabs her, her staff, and I guess waits for her to attack.
As soon as you grab your staff and take position, it's a blur. It's a blur. When you're fighting in close quarters battle, you have to maintain focus on what you're doing and not be acting on reflex and operate on the forces around you, dictating you. Your training is meant to instill that. Your training is a bit overwhelmed in the next 6 seconds. To be fair, there is a cloak in your face. And before you know, you're on the ground with a blade to your second or third vertebrae in between there. It would be a very painless death if it were to be issued.
Right. But she has enough hesitation or restraint? Hesitation, restraint, what do you want? Whatever you want to say, it's not. Precision.
Precision.
What the huh?
I must admit, she stands up and pulls her cloak off you. Not bad. You do better than most I face against. Although, in fairness, they might not have as ample an opportunity to ready themselves for such. But nonetheless, she offers you a hand up. Not bad.
Does she want to try and do a trip attack or some shit? I feel that'd be rude. No, she takes a hand and gets up.
Excellent. She pulls you up and you see she has a blade tucked behind her back anyways.
That's about what I expected.
There have been many a duel where I've bested them and they are still rather unenthused by the outcome, so it's ingrained in me. She sheaves the blade.
Truly have no idea what they're going against then, if they're not fascinated
This is
by that.
I'm afraid this is a bygone era, Miss Oriana. There's been a lot of things that have happened in the world since our departure, but I've not always been a wandering knight errant.
Right.
I've dueled many a nobleman back in the day, and as I said, not all of them took defeat so gracefully. But I was our order's designated duelist. And there were many a duel, not only from noble houses, but also other knight orders. Some are knightly, some claim to be, but are far from the truth. So,
I think you would. I think I have a friend that would benefit from talking to you.
oh? And who is that?
I
What are
think
they
if she
like?
says who is that, it triggers in Oriana's head that she said friend. It's like, oh, right. His name is Voss. Oh, hold on, Garth has to remember names properly. No, it's Vaso. Vaso. Yeah, Vaso. His
Vasa.
Mhm.
Is he of the Heartlands?
I actually don't think we ever discussed that.
Is he an orphan?
Don't believe so. I know he came from a house of some sort.
A noble house?
Yes.
Do you know it? Noble houses and last names, surnames are very important. And the reasons I brought up orphanage and Heartlandic origins is often the reason why people do not have last names.
Garth doesn't know where he put his other notebook.
Would you like to phone a friend?
Yeah, please, because I know O knows this.
Who remembers Vaso's
was-
last name?
I believe he was from Silful. This is like triggering something in my head.
He is from Sofol.
Yeah. Dragon.
No
I
one
do
remembered.
remember.
Hi.
Sure, sure
I
he did.
remember you almost told us twice, but never did.
Is this for sale?
Have I?
No, you were like, ah, yes, and you're about to learn it. And then
Oh my
somehow
gosh.
the conversation got switched.
Wait.
Ah, shit.
We know his crest. It's on his
We know
Ah.
what his family does.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
the
think
dragon-
so.
Yeah, man. Has he actually never said it in character?
I don't think.
Damn.
think so.
Okay, I thought it was known this whole time. Yeah,
We have a lot of information around him.
Yeah. Well, then I guess you're free to just not know it then because you wouldn't know it in character.
Uh,
I don't have it written down.
wow. I feel I am failing him at this time. I remember his crest. Do you remember?
Do you remember the crest?
Yes.
Can you describe it?
I
If
can-
the noble houses of yore are still around in this day and age, they've increased in number, but very few have actually been taken out of nobility.
Right. Actually, I could probably do one better. She pulls out her painting supplies and paints, or attempts to paint the crest that she remembers.
Rory Painters was.
All right.
Paint me a picture.
Meanwhile, Bosso is probably like fucking 30 feet that way. We could probably just ask him.
Yeah, like 60, 70 feet over there. I don't know.
Don't suck. I'll take a 20. She would also mention, like, oh, actually, I don't know if she would know they were dragon hunters. I think Redain.
He's mentioned it to Redain. I don't think he's mentioned it to
Yeah.
anyone else.
No,
I know
Sajar saw
Sajar
the crest.
knows the crest and what it means, though.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone
Oriana
else
doesn't know
knows.
this.
You nonetheless can paint it damn well.
Yeah.
How's Paudine? A dragon hunting house. Huh. An impressive lineage. Though I imagine dragon hunting is a bygone activity in this day and age. Dragons are near extinct. Such a
Right.
shame, really. They are majestic creatures. The metallic ones, at least.
You would know better than I. I know dragons of legends more than anything.
Well, we are in similar straits. I've never actually met a dragon either. They weren't a common thing in the provinces, as you can imagine. But I similarly have heard tale, but not only tale. I've heard tale from first-hand accounts. So, I'm similar in you, but different.
Nevertheless,
What's of him?
He's been through, well, quite literally trials lately, and speaking to one of the most known examples of knightlyhood might beget him something. I'm not sure what he would find, but I think it would help. If I can steal your time for such.
I would rather observe Vaso first. As you say, maybe my presence might assuage him of something, or make things worse. I'm well aware that people now are not fond of the knight class. So, I know my presence, no matter how radiant it might not be for the best. Something for another time, perhaps. I think for now there are many a thing to do, and being distracted by a knight from centuries yore isn't something to be distracting his mind currently.
Understandable assessment.
And if he is true to his knightly origin, then I will see him after all this has happened. Although, I must admit, she sits back down, crosses her legs, like sort of straightens out her cloak and everything. I must admit, it's rather unusual for one to approach me and then ask for something on behest of another. So for that, I do note that. You don't have my thanks, nor my courtesies, but you do have my attention.
What check would it be to play it cool?
Deception or performance.
She's bad at both those. I don't have a thing to add to that.
Well, sucks. Those are the only ones that would be viable.
Oh damn, she plays it pretty okay cool. I mean, to say
You're
that
gonna
she's
see through it anyways.
yeah. To say she's like kind of extremely flattered and also still mildly freaking out in the back of her head right now is understatement.
Knight Astrid isn't a particularly romantic-minded individual, anyways, but it's flattering. Is there anything else you need on this eve of battle? Other than those two over there looking for a warm bed. She points obviously at Anushka and Amber.
Just running off towards the tent. It's like, oh, good for her. Good for her. She's been working on
a warm bed and a cool drink for whatever engagements they'll be facing in the coming moments.
I should get the earplugs. Nevertheless, if anything,
every night the silent spell has to be used. Automatic debuff to resources. Damn it!
Oh my god!
Shit.
Are you trying to? But here's the thing. I don't know why you're making it sound like Amber has like a high libido or anything. What implication about Amber would give you that idea? Or Anushka for that matter. That's messed up. That's assumptive.
I know,
Very
right?
assumptive.
How dare you all?
They just have
We're
like
actually in there sitting there reading the Bible together. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, they're having,
and praying.
Yeah, they're having the Bible discussion study meeting. BDSM.
I hate you so much. That is such a good joke. That is so well done.
I'm afraid, my friend, it is not mine. I've heard it from my friends. And like, dude, you want to do BDSM? Bible discussion study meeting? And I'm like, I hate you guys, but that's fucking fun. These are the same people where I took the man, someone pooped in my pants joke from. I know they're geniuses. No, that's bad, silly, bad.
Oh,
anyways,
no, you're right.
And that's Amber Heard, not Johnny Depp. Anyways, so,
this went very.
I don't mind the distraction.
Okay,
but I'd rather be active while we're doing whatever it is we'll be doing. Idle hands are the work of devils, they say.
I mean, I would gladly be. How do I put this? Screw it. I would gladly be a punching bag if you need to practice something.
There is no merit in practicing against an unworthy opponent. The teachings of Golshak Krognek have taught us that. There's honor in facing one that is your speed, so to speak.
Burn up.
Just like a subtle burn in there. Just like,
That being said, it is always good to hone your skills whenever able, especially on the eve of battle. So, she stands up. Perhaps we can enlist some others. Make sure your and their forms are up to snuff. Shall we?
Absolutely.
It's been quite some time since I've had to teach anyone. And in all honesty, the last person I taught had very little need of it.
Can I ask who that might have been?
Marshal Militides, she says, like, haphazardly, casual. Or Militides the Marshal was the other term he took.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, from the exchange, yes.
To know of him, I'm not too surprising.
It's a little hard not.
He was taught by my entire order when we were regrouped for a time.
Oh, really? Wait, group.
I was... Yes, for a time, a spell, one might say. A story for another time. But know this, one thing I did very much appreciate in having him as a student, and one that I am laying unto you, for now, and my teachings, and for you, unto later teachings. Humility.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how capable you are, there is always something to learn from other people. Trust me. Arrogance is a slippery slope.
Right.
And it can cost many a life.
Right.
So, practice that. More than any martial technique I might be able to lay onto you, practice that. It is a noble thing, after all. The Saints Triumvirate said so. Now come, let us find someone.
I know a few competent combatants that might be around. She's thinking more of the fucking not Ligeratos per se, Werewolf Man. Just think about Werewolf Man.
Reggie?
And the other, yeah, Reggie. There we go.
Reggie's busy. He doesn't hone his blade. He just kills.
Understandable.
He's like Chuck Norris. He doesn't hunt. He kills because hunting implies a chance of failure.
Well, respect the man.
That being said, as you begin like trying to find people to train with, the receptor beacon lights up once more, and standing there, decked out in different styles and decors and aesthetics of armor and armaments, are a motley crew of people who all look very, very formidable, yet the most formidable of them all is half their height, and she's in front of them all. That being said, that's why we're in session.
Oriana also audibly gasped at that. Just
I know Knight Astra would just remark, Miss Tala, it has been quite some time.
I'm not surprised at all by this, but at the same time I'm very surprised at all this.
So, that's where we're in session. Next week will be scenario 2, Holding the Line. That one's gonna be fun if today there's any evidence. Thank you all so much for playing though, and coming with me on our after combat antics.
Hey.
One of us won.
You met a cool knight. You met the avenue to that which you seek. One of you got laid.
I got inspiration, yo.
Is that what the kids call it? Is that what the kids call it?
I mean, it's post-nut clarity, but you know.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. I had to throw that out there.
Oh my god. Jesus.
I mean, I would say to you, Kersey / Anushka, that Amber is no different in many of people in the world, they're usually guys, in what is called pillow talk afterwards. Not by Zay Malik, not that one, sorry.
Oh my god.
You could learn stuff about Amber because she trusts you like that. But that's up to you. You can learn some more intricate details about Amber, if you want. But the catch is she expects you to reciprocate.
Shit. No, that's
It's not worth
Never
it
mind.
anymore.
Don't care.
Not worth it anymore.
God damn it!
Gotta
No,
give
that's
secrets
fun.
to get secrets. What sort of a fucking system is this?
I know, for God's sake. To rule us a
crap, I have
2-way
some-
street, god damn it.
I have some gasoline to pour on this fire.
Oh my god.
Oh sure, lay it
So-
on. Lay it on.
So, in the next 8-hour or so period, once they've had their time and all that stuff is,
At
done,
third time, yes.
Post-coitus.
Post-coitus,
Sajar is going to sort of like wink Amber over and be like, hey, see this thing? I got it from Abel. He made it. Anushka will love it. You can use her.
You son of a bitch. That's brilliant.
Oh my god, yeah.
She just
Abel's-
gets on one knee.
Here's the thing. Here's a behind the scenes sneak peek. Abel is also a gun nut. Lord Hero might appreciate. It's like a sommelier and a rich person that likes wine, right? The rich person likes the wine. He gets the wine, but the sommelier knows the intricacies behind it all and the craft of it. And he sees that fellow aficionado in Anushka. So there you go.
Yeah. Clearly he's a good man. Clearly, fantastic character.
Half
10
the
out of
height,
10.
twice the heart.
Exactly.
Hide,
Flowers.
twice the heart,
Five
like
things in a
Ammo.
nutshell.
my voice is in my head. Tango, help me. He's sleeping.
You slap
Yeah,
him
if
with
you
your
want,
flowers.
Kirsty,
When
you can share some secrets with Amber, and she'll share them with you.
Yeah, I suppose.
This is like Fia joining the dark side, where it's like, yeah, you can share some secrets, and you'll get some back. Except this time it's not a traitor; it's Amber.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
still
yeah.
gonna kill her, right?
Yeah, they're gonna kill you for betrayal.
No. Maybe.
Who needs flowers?
Maybe.
We can give a girl ammunition. Yeah, that's romantic.
I mean, that's the way Tanishka's heart works.
Yeah, that's romantic.
I mean, flowers, what can you shoot with them? I mean, come on.
Yeah, you can't shoot people with flowers.
Exactly.
Oh, you got me the 7.56. It's my favorite.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Grandfather
work in your
Redwood might
life?
disagree.
Yeah,
he's
but
right.
as far as Anishka's concerned, anything from Grandfather Redwood is cursed. So,
It's, as the kids say, sus.
sus. Yes, that's it. Yeah.
It's very sus. Also, did the music stop playing, or what's happening here?
Oh, it's,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Ariel's
Let it go, I think
Ascension.
so,
It's
right?
gone into its
Oh, the fucking
Pound of Rain.
ambiance. Fucking. I thought that midway, but I didn't want to break the moment.
Yeah.
I was like, why is it so quiet?
But we did break the moment with sex jokes.
Of
And the need
course,
of
those are
earplugs.
entirely
I mean,
validated.
naturally.
Those are entirely validated. Here's the thing: we can keep that. Hey, all of us keep that a secret. All right. Disregard that's in the recording, but just keep it secret.
Don't worry, nobody watches it
Well-
besides like 2 of us.
Like 3, sometimes 4.
Sometimes Grace pops in.
Yeah.
Does she? Yeah.
Occasionally, yeah.
So, you want to take the devil's deal, Kirsty?
Well, I suppose.
Because I know Amber wants to know more about you.
Yeah. No, definitely. It could be fun.
You gotta open up a little.
Okay.
And me being a nosy ass definitely wants to know more. So.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Fair enough. Then to whispers.
Oh, they're actually doing anything. Okay. The best part about this is she's gonna be like just freaking out the entire time and just be like, oh yeah, totally, yeah, she's naked, okay.
Yep.